You seen that guy throwing a sandwich? Throwing a sandwich at our brave law enforcement officers. What if the sandwich was instead a bomb? We gotta arrest everybody. I felt like I was hit in the face with the sandwich. When I saw that video, I saw the horror. Pam Bondi said the sandwich thrower that I'm referencing, by the way, apparently was a Department of Justice employee. It's so dope. I love that. Hit the officer hog with a $5 fent long? No, that he would have perished on the spot. Fired DOJ employee could face prison for throwing sandwich at officer. Police allege that the man approached law enforcement, including Metro Transit Police and U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers, and began yelling obscenities. Attorney General Pam Bondi said Thursday the Justice Department employee has been fired after he was arrested for allegedly throwing a sandwich at a federal law enforcement officer. Sean Charles Dunn approached law enforcement officers, including Metro Transit Police and U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers, and began yelling obscenities and calling them fascists. At about 11:05 p.m., according to federal court filing, Dunn, 37, approached an officer, threw a sandwich at him. He was charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers and employees of the United States. After his arrest, Dunn allegedly told one of the officers, "I did it. I threw a sandwich." It's so stupid that, like, you got a guy that just, like, threw you a sandwich, and then he gets hit with, like, the entire long dick of the law. It blows my mind. It's like impeding a government official from doing their job, obstruction of justice, resisting arrest, assault with a deadly weapon. It's like, no, man, he just threw a sandwich at you. You could have just let him run away, by the way. You didn't even have to catch him. People get so weird when it comes to, like, law and order. People get so strange. Like, dude, you are wearing a Kevlar vest. A white dude in khaki shorts threw a sandwich at your chest. Okay? I'm sorry. Just eat it. Who gives a like, what's the damage here? Assault with a deli weapon. Assault with a Bradley weapon. It's just like, when these guys are talking about, like, law and order, they're talking about, like, individual cops' personal feelings. Because you watch the video of the assault with the deli weapon, and like that's nothing. That's nothing. The sandwich basically falls apart on impact. International affairs specialist, he's literally a Fed. Yes, he is. Turns out even Feds can have a conscience. Prosecutor said he was being charged with forcibly assaulting, resisting, or impeding a federal officer, which is punishable by up to 8 years in prison. Can you imagine? They put this on a slammer for 8 years for throwing a deli sandwich at a pig. Get the out of here, man. 8 years, bro. This is what American taxpayer dollars are paying for in DC. Apparently, it took 6 of Trump's Nazi Gestapo to cuff and put a bag over the head of a homeless person in a wheelchair. Great. Dude has no legs, bro. He has one leg and no feet. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, look at this violent criminal that they're taking off the street, dude. Oh my God. Everything is so lame. This is the streets of DC, by the way. Don't let them do this to you. A man just now yelled at National Guard troops patrolling Washington, D.C. These are your own citizens. These are homeless people. You have an obligation to refuse unlawful orders, he told them. They drove by saying nothing.
These are your own fucking citizens. These are homeless people. You guys are don't let them do this to you. It's abusive to you, and now you are going to get when you're up, you have to go to the VA, and they cut all your services. Refuse now. Do not do this. You have the obligation to refuse.
I feel like that drug fire story went right by you. I'm tired, man.
Unlawful order, okay?
1 hour ago, they're going after people with cameras. In Washington, D.C., a United States Park police officer drew their baton and approached a cameraman who was continuously filming a traffic stop. Yeah, it's also funny because, like, they got, like park police and stuff. Like, they have national parks. Like, they brought every federal agency that they can and deployed them. So there's, like I wonder if there's, like a postal service cops and shit. You know what I mean? running around brutalizing homeless people.
Sorry?
Get back. Get back.
Right back at it. He's still filming. My goat. There are literally postal service police doing deportations right now. Federal officials arrested a delivery driver on the 14th Street Northwest this morning. I asked the man arrested if they gave him a reason. He responded, "They're taking me." DC neighbors stepped in and asked why he's been taken. No answer from officials. Many delivery drivers in DC are undocumented. With Trump's raids, he'll likely see sweeps of DoorDash and Uber delivery people. Not exactly the worst of the worst, but it's never been about that, as this operation takes the FBI and DEA away from their other important normal work. That's the other thing. That's the other, like, these guys are supposed to have tasks that they're assigned to, like combating drug trafficking, kidnappings, you know, child sex trafficking, things like that. And now this is what they're tasked with, like harassing random working class people who happen to be brown.
¿Qué motivo te dieron?
You mean doing it? No. Come on. There are heinous crimes that take place that federal law enforcement agencies are supposed to be combating. That's ridiculous. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like these guys are not, under different circumstances, like tasked with like dealing with, drug dealers and shit. This is the same thing that I talked about with ICE. Like the FBI and the INS, but specifically the FBI, used to engage in sex trafficking cases. They would literally actually combat real cases of human trafficking, sex trafficking, and the like. And then it was brought under ICE, and ICE does have that division. The problem is they're not working on that. This is what the administration is making them do. When I say abolish ICE, I don't mean like the functions of ICE that were given to ICE that previously were handled by like federal law enforcement. You know what I mean? Like someone still has to combat child sex trafficking in general, organized crime in general. But these are taken off that duty to go and arrest brown teenagers that are doing Uber Eats delivery. This is why Bad Empanada says you're compromised. This is why Bad Empanada says you'll never be a radical figure. Why? Because I believe that even in a socialist form of governance, there needs to be some kind of interior security tasked with investigating and dealing with crimes. Yeah, I have never not been a advocate for some kind of interior security. I think Bad Empanada would agree with me on that too. He's not a anarchist. And even anarchists don't believe that there is no form for policing. They just believe that there needs to be a democratically organized form of a democratically organized entity that basically takes up the form of policing, even if it's not called the police. Where you think there's no crimes in socialist governance? What are you, crazy? Yeah, I'm not an abolitionist, and I don't even think abolitionists are. Most abolitionists are abolitionists in the way that you understand it, where there's like no function for an interior security. Like there's no function for like rape happens and then that's it. You know what I mean? There's just nothing. There's no unit tasked to deal with a crime like that. There's nothing. Sorry, it's bedlam. Like anarchists who are abolitionists also still believe that there needs to be, even in the process of reformation and rehabilitation, there needs to be some investigations. They just say that unit that is tasked with the said investigation need to be democratically organized. The people that say, oh, this can be handled by the community are just like, okay, good luck. I'm not, I don't know. I got nothing. Commercial break in progress. Ads are back. Is there an actual commercial? I didn't run it. This guy's not answering, so maybe he's eating an ad currently. Piker Broadcasting Services, no ads. Sponsored by you, the viewers. For you, the viewers. Did you see an ad or did you see commercial break in progress? You might be getting served not an ad, but because you have the ad blocker on or something, Twitch thinks you're supposed to be served an ad or something.
¿Qué motivo te dieron?